Okay, y'all, hold on to your wigs because Judy's assistant just came out to expose Judy of allegedly unaliving a child. And girl, she has the internet shook. Judy is talking about a kid named Andy who was the son of Judy's former makeup artist. Word on the street is that something went down at Judy's place and now her assistant Shayna is pointing fingers. But let me tell you, there's more to this story than meets the eye. But did Judy actually do something terrible, or is Shayna just trying to stir up drama for clout? Let's break it down. Okay, so Shayna, Judy's assistant, is out here spilling all kinds of tea about what went down with little Andy. And let me tell you, it's messier than you can ever imagine. According to reports, Judy and Shayna had a system in place where Shayna would watch Andy and keep an eye on him while Judy was getting her makeup done by Andy's mom, Walker. However, on that day, while Judy was getting her makeup done, Shayna was getting into it with her boyfriend because they were reportedly going through a rough patch. Reports had it that she had Andy by the pool playing in the water. Shayna, bless her heart, decided it was the perfect time to hop on a phone call. And not just a quick call. We're talking 10 to 30 whole minutes on the phone while little Andy was left to his own devices. And with kids, y'all already know that's a recipe for disaster. Now, during this impromptu chit-chat session, Andy unfortunately fell into the pool, and well, you can probably guess what happened next. It's the kind of thing that makes your stomach drop just thinking about it. But hold up, because here's where it gets real interesting. Shayna, the very person who is supposed to be watching Andy, is now pointing fingers at Judy. Like, girl, what? So now we've got this whole situation where Shayna, the assistant who is supposed to be on Andy watch, is the one accusing Judy of being responsible. Talk about a plot twist, right? But y'all, here's the thing that's literally got me scratching my head. If Shayna was the one watching Andy, or well, not watching him as it turns out, why is she coming for Judy like this? Is she feeling guilty and trying to pass the blame? Or is there more to the story that we haven't heard? Now, I know y'all are wondering what really went down, but hold up, because this drama just took a wild turn into Judge Judy's territory. Listen up, because this is where it gets real. So this whole mess ended up in court at the United States District Court of the Eastern District of Louisiana. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about actual legal drama, not just social media tea. So here's the deal. Judy and Walker settled it on a down low, like super hush hush. Judy ended up paying a settlement. We don't know how much, but she definitely opened that wallet. Now, I'm not saying that she admitted to guilt or anything, but you know what they say, money talks. But wait, there's more. The lawsuit was dismissed without prejudice. In normal people talk, that means Walker could come back for more if Judy doesn't keep her end of the deal. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The complaint is all about how Shayna messed up. It's saying she didn't do her job as an assistant by leaving a little kid alone. Like, girl, you had one job, and it wasn't to be on the phone for half an hour while a child was running around unsupervised. So we've got court documents pointing fingers at Shayna, not Judy. The plot thickens. It's like one of those twisty crime shows where the person you least expect turns out to be the culprit. Except this isn't Law and Order, this is real life, and there's a real tragedy at the center of it all. Y'all, I can't even with this mess. It's like one minute we're thinking Judy's the big bad wolf, and the next minute we're looking at Shayna like, girl, what story are you trying to spin? It just goes to show you can't always believe what you hear, because you always got to hear both sides of the story. And let me tell you, the truth is messy because the court documents are telling a whole different story. Now, I'm not saying Judy's completely off the hook here. She did settle after all, but it's looking more and more like Shayna's the one who really dropped the ball. And now she's out here trying to save face by pointing fingers? Girl, please. Well, the streets are saying that Shayna might be feeling a little guilty about what went down. Think about it. She was supposed to be watching Andy, right? But instead of keeping an eye on him, she decided to have a whole phone conversation. Now Shayna's out here blasting Judy online, talking about how Judy allegedly unalived a child and refused to make reparations. But let's be real for a second. Doesn't it seem a little fishy that she's pointing fingers at everyone but herself? When Shayna first came out with the story, everyone had thought Judy was guilty as sin. I mean, it's not every day you hear about a celebrity being accused of something this serious. But then when we started digging into it, it was a whole different story. And speaking of the truth, let's talk about what's really going on here. Shayna's not just coming for Judy about the incident with Andy. She's also claiming that Judy and her partner stole her child's name. She wrote, "I'm so fed up with you and your wicked ways. I've kept quiet for years, no matter how many paid interviews or blogs wanted me to. But you named your child after my children. Now you are going way too far." She also wrote, "There are so many names in the world. My two sons' name did not have to be it. I advise you to back off. I don't do well with demons trying to attack my children. I am ready for war at this point. One name, I would say, okay, so many people have that name, but to take both of their names, all negativity will be blocked. My page, my piece, my kids." However, Judy clapped back and denied stealing the name, saying, "No negativity as we celebrate our perfect son, but let's get one thing straight with love. This is wife on Dish in 2020. We didn't have a daughter, but my wife's pick of our son's name is perfect for him with no one else's child in mind, especially a person we no longer follow or interact with, nor know what the F is going on in their life." At this point, it's starting to look like Shayna has some serious issues. It's starting to look like she has had some issues with Judy while they work together. But whatever the issue is, it doesn't seem to be something that Shayna can talk about. Now the streets are speculating that Shayna could just be the fall guy for the drowning. There are some speculations that Judy was the one watching the boy while he drowned, but she realized that the headlines would be brutal if the press found out about that, so she allegedly made Shayna take the fall. This would explain why Shayna seems so salty and why she's pointing fingers at Judy. But then, this is just a conspiracy theory on social media. For all we know, Shayna is really the guilty party, and she's just trying to deflect and pass some of the blame to Judy to make herself feel better. Now, I'm not saying Judy's completely innocent in all this. She did pay a settlement after all, but it's looking more and more like Shayna's the one who really needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Fans commented, "So she worried about her baby's name, but wasn't worried about somebody else's baby's life? That girl was paid to do a job, and sadly, the little girl she was supposed to watch didn't make it. Judy should not have been held responsible for this, especially because Judy did the responsible thing of making sure the child would be supervised. This is so sad. To have to relive this again is too much. My heart aches, especially for the mom, also for Judy, and that was her fault. Why should Judy be liable?" But y'all drop your thoughts on this in the comments, then check out this next video.